Is it okay to not be okay? That's today's topic. Hi, I'm Sharon, and I'm an intuitive and a guide, and I help you find peace when you're having one of those days. So, I wanted to give you an idea about, is it okay to not be okay? Oh, this is such a interesting topic for those of us who live in the West, because it has been demonstrated through our loved ones that we have to keep a stiff upper lip. We cannot be okay, because if we are not okay, guess what? We are falling apart. Then everything's falling apart, and then the world is just not great. And I find that kind of an interesting place, because right now, if you look outside at reality, the world doesn't feel very safe. And yeah, it just kind of brings an interesting space. So let me give you a little example of what I'm talking about. Way back when I was younger, this experience really stuck to me. And I was staying at my cousin's, and my aunt was very angry at my cousins. And she was yelling at the top of her lungs and just really having at it. Well, she gets a phone call in a split second. Hello. And you would not know one thing was wrong. Well, guess what? And when she was not happy, her whole behavior was not happy. Well, we do that. We go along in life. And I have noticed the more I'm trying to keep that stiff upper lip, my world gets very tight. My world gets very limited. I have a hard time talking to people. I have a hard time being kind to people, because I am trying to hold it all in and look like I'm holding it together. And you know what? In that moment of when I have to stop and go, I have to surrender. I'm really not okay. This is really bugging me. This is really hard. That is when I can start to find my center. That is when I can begin to be able to start to navigate and find solutions. But if I don't give myself permission, to not be okay. I run along in life running away from everything, and I'm really exhausted and really tired. So, what is that? In my opinion, we first of all, give ourselves permission to not be okay. And in that moment, if it needs to cry, if you need to go find you a help, do whatever that is, so that you can start to shift and find who you are again, so that you can find the peace that you're looking for, so that you can find the joy and the happiness, the ease, the grace, and the flow. It is just so essential for our well-being, for our health, for everything in my world. So I invite you to give your permission to not be okay if you're not okay. And if you are, I'm so glad that you are. So that's this week's video. I invite you to check out my website. For those of you who are looking to find yourself again, you can go and get the Come Back to Center Toolkit. It's right on the homepage. And if you're new to my work, go book a 20-minute consult. You can see if we're a great fit. And for those of you who are returning, you know when to book. Anyway, I wish you a great and beautiful week. I will see you next Tuesday and talk to you soon. Bye.